Hello, everyone. I'm going to make a sermon video today. At the last number 7 of 7 steps to approaching God, the lesson that Naomi taught Ruth about approaching Boaz. I'm in the 3rd chapter of Ruth. I'm going to go 1 through 5 in the King James Version of the Bible. And it says, Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? Now is Boaz our of our kindred, whose maidens thou wast. Behold, he winneth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee. So get to the place, wash thyself, anoint thee, put thy raiment on, get thee down to the floor. Number 5, make thyself known unto the man till he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be when he lieth down that thou shalt mark the place where he lie. Thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, All that thou sayest to me I will do. So we at the place number 7, never try to shine until God puts his light on you. You can't come. You can't shine unless God calls you. Unless God shines his light upon you and says, Come now, it's your time. You can't come when it's not your time. 1 John 2, 8 through 11 says, Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past, and the true light now shineth. He that saith that he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness, even unto now. He that loveth his brother abideth in light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because the darkness hath blinded his eyes. John 1, 4 through 9 said, In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from God, his name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear the witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. He was not that light, but he was sent to bear witness of that light, that was the true light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. I'm not that light. I don't have that light. I just reflect that light. We need to let God shine through us. We can't shine on our own. Don't shine so others can see you. Shine so that through you others can see him. And as I said, we have no light except when God shines on us. The moon can only be seen as a result of the sun's lights reflecting on it. It does not produce any light on its own, and that's the way we are. It's like David, who was a go-fetch-it boy. Nobody knew what things he was going to do. Samuel came down to anoint one of the sons of Jesse to be the next king. Saul wasn't doing right. And I think I've heard or read where Samuel started with the first one, the biggest, strongest, number 1. And he got down and he went through all of them boys. And none of them, he couldn't anoint any of them. He said, Do you have any more sons? He said, I got one more. He's tending the sheep. That's how much they thought about David. He wasn't in the thick of anything. He was just out of the way, tending sheep. So Jesse gave him some cheeses. They was down there in a battle against the Philistine army, and there was a man down there named Goliath, a giant, and he was defying the armies. And David was tending those sheep. You see pictures of the sheep, and they look white in those pictures. Oh, no, they're not. And they smell. So David's father only saw him merely as an errand boy, a go-fetch-it boy. But when God promotes you, you don't have to try to promote yourself. You don't have to try to explain to anybody, I'm not a go-fetch-it boy, and I'll show you one of these days. You don't have to try to make a name for yourself. You don't have to pass out cards and drop your name. You don't have to I can't think of the word right now. When you're in business, you try to pass out cards and things. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. When God chooses you, you can be on the backside of the desert living a life of mediocrity, and God will snatch you out and put you in a place for His purpose. Is there anybody in this listening sense that God has chosen you? Don't you know that there's something greater for you than what's you've come into already? If so, you're not intimidated by anyone. You're not jealous of anyone. Not fighting for your position, for a position or turf. Reveal, if you cut out all the lights and everybody was quiet, it would appear that there's no one in here. If we cut the lights back on, maybe there's somebody in here. The light didn't make them come in here. It just shined the light and revealed what was already there. It reveals the things that God is doing are there already. You just need for Him to shine His lights so that you can see. So when God shines His light on something, it becomes powerful. It could be the jawbone of a donkey, 2 fishes and 5 loaves, a handful of meal. God can take the least amount of things and make it work. Here old David went down to the battle, taking his brother some cheese, and he heard him saying what would happen to the man that killed Goliath. And he was listening. And he said, what was that they said that was going to happen? Going to be not have to pay taxes, give him his daughter, and he would be elevated. And his brother heard him, and he got on to him for even asking. In other words, that's out of your league. That's out of your class, David. What do you even, look how runny you are. What are you even asking for? But David, he was the man. And so there's people, when we get to the cemetery is the richest place in the world. It's richer than Fort Knox. It's richer than the gold mines, because in the cemetery, there's going to be people that was talented, and they never showed us. They never stepped out of the shadows. They never, people that could sing, we'll never hear their song. People that could preach, and we'll never hear their sermon. There'll be love that's never been expressed. There'll be apologies never made. I was thinking about David being a gopher, a go-fetch-it boy. I've done a little of that in my time, and it kept me out of a lot of trouble. That and the prayers of my wife. I didn't have salvation when I went to the Army, and I was in a holding company. They tried to make me a medic, and I got out of that because I didn't want to be a medic, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I was waiting on orders in the holding company, and finally those orders come down after about 6 weeks, and I was so glad. I didn't know if I could stand another day in that holding company. But anyway, they shipped me to Key West, Florida as an auto part supply. I knew that was a mistake. I didn't know anything about an automobile. It was a mistake. I told them when I was processing in the Army that I worked in the parts department at Sears, but that was appliance parts and lawnmowers and that sort of thing. So here they sent me down there. And so the warrant officer says I was supposed to go to Charlie Battery. And he said, I'd love to keep you in here in the personnel department. He said, but Charlie Battery's been waiting. He told me how long, a couple of months, for an auto parts supply guy. And I said, sir, I don't know nothing about an automobile. And he didn't know what to do with me. But he told me that I know what, he asked me did I know what a gopher was. I said, no, sir. I said, no, sir. He said, when I yell gopher, that's you. You come and come as quick as you can. And I filled his coffee cup up. I kept his trash cans empty. I painted his filing cabinets. He smoked. I emptied his ashtrays. And meanwhile, when somebody had gone on leave, I would do their job while he's gone. The week before they went on leave, I'd sit there with them. They'd train me. And so I went around the office and learned every job in the office, and I became essential personnel. And I wound up being the promotions clerk. I would have never got to be the promotions clerk except that I was a gopher first. I got orders to Vietnam, and the Lord let me off. I got orders to Korea. God got me off of those. My wife had just received the Holy Ghost, and God was doing things for her left and right. He was proving to her what he could do. And and it didn't hurt that I had become essential personnel. But you can't start at the top. You got to start. If you're not a good follower, you'll never be a good leader. So I'm glad of my time as a gopher. And when I was coming along in the ways of God, I tried to listen to those old men, stay in the background, and just learn and bide my time until it was my time. So I'm telling you, just wait. Just work in your place and wait. And God has a plan for you. He'll manifest it. So I've been giving you this completes this series today on the 7 steps approaching God. And we'll start something else sometime or another. But just give me your comments in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And my phone number is 256-508-4410. In case you'd like to text or call me, I can't get back to you right away, then I will when I can. May God bless you is my prayer.